All right, I'm recording.
See it? Yeah. Where you going? Okay. Well, I gotta switch my account. I gotta turn the phone on.
All right,
Shalom,
now,
shalom,
shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, we're the true Hebrew Israelites. Come out week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of America, right? The calling, right? The ecclesia, the church, right? Out for the hopeful elect. You know, 2/3 of our own people will be destroyed, right along with America, Babylon the Great. We want to face the east and give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Right? Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. Right? To the elder apostles, bishops in Connecticut, the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners who phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom. To you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. Right? We're out here on another day in Babylon, right? The daughter of Babylon at that, right? Prophesied the downfall of this queendom, right? This place that Esau is about to, he's about to get his just desserts, man, which is his punishment, man. He's gonna get destroyed,
Retribution.
right? His retribution, right? Yeah, because what?
Indignation.
Righteous indignation, right? Because what? The thing that happened to us as Israel, right? Surely, where it says, they that was not to drink of a cup have surely a drunken it, right? And we've drunken. The Lord said we had double, right? So He said even to the wringing out of it, right? You got that up?
I got it. This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 12. It says, "For thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup
Right.
have surely drunk it."
Right, now that's for us, man. It was technically meant for us to continue on in the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Because Solomon's kingdom was a foreshadowing of things to come, right? But of course, he sinned in his older years, and the Lord rent the kingdom, man, right? So then you had the northern kingdom that went into the Assyrian captivity, then left the Assyrian captivity over here to Ozarth, to America. And and of course, in the time of our Lord, who they call JC, right, was the three tribes, right? Judah, Benjamin, Levi, which you would call Judea, right? And then under the siege, right, in 70 AD, they left and fled into into the mountains, it says. So they went to the east, they went to the north, and of course they went into the interiors of Africa, right, to flee from persecution, right? But now, what our enemies come in and what what could you, they have not hated blood.
Ezekiel 35. I'll finish this.
Oh yeah.
It says, "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?"
Right, actually, you go unpunished, man. See, because the whole thing is that Jeremiah 50, when they say blesses us, it says it's because you sinned against your power. Right? I think it's 50. I think it's Jeremiah 50. Because it says blessed because we are rich, I believe.
that's where it says yeah. Lost my train of thought.
Let me see. Let me
It
see
says
if I can find it.
where it says
Well, you can
they're
finish
not
it.
oh man, I forget. I lost it. It's like it says again. It says, "But thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink
Yes,
drink
sir.
of it." Yeah, thou shalt surely drink of it, man.
Yeah.
You know, the same cup that we drank out of. Okay, Esau is going to have to drink out of that same cup, and the rest of these nations, double. It's going to be a punishment,
The seventh, yeah.
it's going to be a punishment, okay,
Right.
so
Yeah, Jeremiah
severe,
15:7,
okay,
yeah.
for all the wickedness that
Yeah.
you did to our people.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys, brother.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that's good. Go ahead.
No. Just while you're looking at
Yeah,
it.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, yes, because it wasn't for us to drink of the cup, man. And see, what happens is you basically you took it on your hand and say, hey, you got that? Jeremiah 15:7.
Yes, sir. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 7. All that found them have devoured them.
Right. So they went and they didn't just leave us alone in this time of the Renaissance, right? The rebirth of the Edomite, right? You knew to come looking for us, man, right?
They knew where we were.
They knew where we were, right?
When
As time went on, as you know, they were getting the dust off of them, that confusion,
Right.
they were starting to get back their knowledge. And as they were going through and conquering the nations, they were getting that old knowledge that at one point in time that they had. Remember, because they were ruling. You could say that they were smart because when what's his name, Pontius Pilate, put in 3 different languages that this is the king of the Jews. 3 different languages. So he wasn't a dummy. But when the time that the Lord put the dust and confusion on them, it was set up so they could not deceive the world anymore. And that they lost that ability to speak many different languages and things like that. Right. But
This is Zechariah 1 and 15. I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
right, so yeah, the Lord was displeased with his people, man. Right? We broke the law, statutes, commandments, but he was only displeased for a while, man.
Little bit. He
For a
said
little
he was
while.
little displeased.
Right. And basically you for the affliction, especially the time I like to think about is the 60s, the 60s, when you brought in heroin, right? Because remember, Jake was still living amongst themselves. They pretty much had some type of morals, some type of standard, you know what I mean? Compared to what after you brought in the heroin, after you basically systematically destroyed the family nucleus by bringing in Section 8 and all these different things that you started bringing in, right? Bringing in what's it called? Controlled opposition, whether if Martin Luther King was controlled opposition or not, Malcolm X was controlled opposition or not,
Right.
which a lot of people say that they were. They were 30-degree Freemasons, man.
They brought in the Black Panthers.
Panthers, yeah, you brought in these things systematically to break down the family structure, man. Right? And on all angles, right? You said that there's going to be no Messiah unless we create them, right? But see, you didn't create Yahweh Bashem Shai, and that's the thing where vocab is pushing so hard on this, because they didn't create this, right? So this is that pain and anguish upon their spirit, man, because they didn't create this,
But they knew it was coming.
Yeah.
right?
Hey, Shalom, brother Ayat. Shalom. Y'all about you, man. Shabrakatah.
Ezekiel 35. Is that what you want? Still want that?
For the hate and not blood yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to start at verse 5. Ezekiel 35 and beginning at 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel
Right.
by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity,
Right.
in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Right. See, and was it? When they so-called Emancipation Proclamation, whatever it's called. When you did that, what you did is you wrote loitering laws, because Jake didn't know where to go. Where were they going to go? They didn't have any homes. They didn't have any land. Which basically, that's what you're going to do again, right? There's no new thing under the sun when it comes to the devil, because what? That's why he's making homeless. He's basically going to make everybody homeless and then make homelessness illegal. See? Now he got a reason to grab you up and take you to these concentration camps, man. Right? Now he has a reason to chip you, right? Because now I don't know. We caused the issue, the problem. We let in, I don't know how many millions of undocumented immigrants. So we don't know if you're an immigrant or not. So now we got to chip you. We got to know who you are so we can feel safe. Peace and safety, man. Sudden destruction. These are things that are about to come upon you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, right? This is the act that Trump is talking about. What he says, the safety, the Citizen Safety Act or some shit he's trying to say, right? Huh?
I finished the Ezekiel.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 6, Ezekiel 35 and 6. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai power, I will prepare thee unto blood.
Right, yeah. See, ultimately, that's what the Lord is gonna. Hey, that's what He's doing right now. You know what I mean? You're trying to set up your white supremacy. You're trying to set up this thing to build up this race war, which you don't understand that this is part of the Lord's plan, right?
Yeah, he's putting it right in front of their face.
Right. He put it right in front. Hey, this is the Lord's plan.
Okay.
Right?
Sending out the so-called immigrants.
Right.
But then bringing in they're supposedly being
Right.
oppressed.
Yeah.
Right.
The farmers.
Of apartheid.
The path
Which-
they're going to avoid their destiny is the path that's taking them straight to their
Destiny, right. Yeah, because who was that? Some dude from South Africa. He was speaking how he said this is the thing that they're saying is BS, because a lot of those people still rule a great portion of that land, right? So that apartheid is still pretty much in fact in South Africa. There's a few places where Jake, or not Jake, but Ham has came up and started pushing them out. There might be some Jake down there too, but they started pushing them out, right?
And blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Yeah,
Right.
see now blood is going to pursue thee. Can you get that? Raised up by sons. Yeah.
Yeah, which goes against neither Jew nor Greek. But you Gary bring out how often, the counter to them Christians and there's neither Jew nor Greek. Well, starters, you're not a Greek, and what's
technically they are. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Technically they are, but then under this
auspice.
Yeah, this come on. Yeah. No, yeah, you know what's on mine. Yeah, that dog too. Yeah, she was. Don't get mad. Yeah, I know. Like, avert your eyes.
She looked like I'm Amalekite.
That's all right. They good to go. But yeah, what
do you want? Ezekiel still? Says verse 7, thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate.
right, which really what you go back to, you're the Edomites, man. You go back to Mount Seir, man. You're not a goddamn an American. You're not an American Indian. You're not a what is it? Yeah, you're not white people. You're white people. Yeah, you're not. Yeah, you're red. You're Edom, right? You're not English. You're not Dutch, or French, or fucking Australian. You're not none of those dudes. Yeah, you ain't any of those things.
On and on.
Yeah. You ain't any of those things, man. You're an Edomite, man, and the Lord has prepared thee to the sword, man. All right, go ahead. Say that one more time.
Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate.
Most desolate, man. Hey, see that See, the Lord ain't finna play around, man. And that's a crazy thing. That's a scary thing to come from the Most High. Say that He's gonna make you most desolate, and you better be a yeah, man. That's what the Lord do, man. Right?
And cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth.
Yeah. So no matter if you so-called in the military, and you're on your leave of duty or whatever, and the Lord gonna have it where you get sent back out to war, so that way you get destroyed. And then if you're here, the ICBM missiles, 200 million missiles, is gonna hit this place, man. So whether you go out or whether you come, hey, this system is gonna be destroyed, man.
Said make it do multiple tours and come home and still get your head.
And still get hit with a missile, man.
Let me get these next two verses for you.
Go on.
It says, and I will fill his mountains with his slain men.
Right, yeah.
In thy hills and in thy valleys and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolation, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh.
Yeah.
Read it again. It says, verse 9, I will make thee perpetual desolation, and thy cities shall not return.
Yeah, because it's going to be a desert, man. The Lord's going to make this a desert for a long time. Yeah. It's going to be a very long time though. So, but yeah.
And ye shall know that I am Yahweh.
Yeah, you're going to know that the Most High has set this up. Your manifest destiny. The manifest destiny, there's a second part to that. It's for this place to turn into a desert from one sea to the other, man.
Lake of fire first.
Right. Well, that's yeah. Well, yeah, but that's how it's going to get there, right? By the way of nuclear missiles, man. It's going to be a desert, right? Right. Fire on one side, and it's going to come, and it's going to be what the Garden of Eden before it, and what a desolate wilderness behind it, right? So it's
This is the book of Zechariah, and I'm going to start at verse 12. 9 verse 12, it says, turn you to the stronghold, you prisoners of hope. Prisoners of hope.
That's going into Jake, right?
Going into Jake, yeah.
Going into Jake. Well, really the elect. Going into the elect of Yahweh Bashem Shai, man. Right? But really, I mean, we're all supposed to be called to do this. Technically, we all stood at the bottom of Mount Sinai and made that oath. But we know that what 2/3 of the Lord's people, or at least here in Babylon the Great, ain't finna come to the realization of needing that power. They're gonna lean on Egypt, man. Right?
Yeah. Again, it says, turn you to the stronghold, you prisoners of hope. Even today, even today will I declare that I will render double unto thee.
Right, because we're trapped here, man. And there ain't nothing else left for us to do but to have hope here in America, Babylon the Great. Right? There's nothing else. So that's what makes us what prisoners of hope, not to mention these bodies, man. Right? We need to get that new body, man. We're prisoners of hope, man. We're hoping that the Lord has chosen us from the foundation of the world, man. Right? We gotta give forth our body as a living sacrifice. Right? So that's what we're here to do, man.
And we do that as the hopeful elect.
We do that, yeah. You do that as the hopeful elect.
Right. It says, verse 13, it says, when I have bent Judah for me,
right,
filled the bowl with Ephraim.
Right, you so-called Negro, you so-called Jamaican, West Indians, right, you Haitians, right, the Lord's gonna bend you, right, and that's what's about to happen, because Esau is making a crunch time, man. He's basically gonna put a strain on society. He's making his makeshift famine, and it's gonna put a strain on everybody, and it's going to force Judah to come up against this place, man. Right. It's going to bend you. See, because a lot of this Jake, that's why it says the crouching. Can you get that? Genesis, because Jake is like an old lion, man. He's settled on his leash, man. Right. So, but the Lord said, hey, He's gonna bend you, so that way you're not settling for the status quo, man. Because that's what Jake well, it tells you in the scriptures. Jake is a plain man dwelling in tents, man. It don't take much to please Jake, right? Give him a slab of some barbecue ribs, some chicken, and a chick, and a blunt, and he's happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It don't take much to please Jake. Give him a goddamn PlayStation, Xbox, or some shit. Hey,
Yeah.
Jake is happy.
Yes, it tells.
That's why I already said that. Yeah, I already said that. Yeah, you
Well,
know,
afterwards, yeah.
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 You know what I mean? Yeah. It don't take much to please Jake.
Yeah, Jake had
So-
it.
What it say? Jake is a plain man.
What?
dwelling in
Yeah,
tents.
that's what I said. That's what I said. You get
Right.
ready.
I'm holding on to Genesis. I get it. Let's hold
Oh, yeah.
Genesis.
Okay.
You wanted Judah as the line as well.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, well, that's in Genesis anyway, too. So, yeah, go ahead. Search your Genesis. And then go jump and then jump to the other. Since you're already in Genesis. Go ahead.
This is Genesis 49 and 9, and it reads, Judah is a lion's whelp.
Right. Go ahead.
From the prey, my son, thou art gone up.
Yeah,
He
back,
stooped.
back in the 60s, you were trying to, yeah, because this when they were doing all that stuff. So Jake was like, wait a minute. So they started rising up, coming up with, you know, the different Black Panthers, these different, was it the Indian Movement Act?
Yeah, the American Indian
The
Movement Act.
Brown Berets.
Brown Berets.
They were stepping up. They were like, wait a minute, this devil, and then, you know, it was fresh in their mind because you couldn't vote, you couldn't do this. It's only been what, 50 years, 60 years? It ain't even been that long, and you Jakes are like you forgot, right? It's not even been that. That's within your parents' lifetime, man, right? And some of you, that's within your lifetime, right?
He stooped down. He crouched as a lion, and as an old lion,
Right.
who shall rouse him up?
Right. So yeah, so you start rousing up, and then there's, you know, like that. I'm gonna get you, sucker. They gave them government jobs. Everybody started chilling out. But guess what? Trump came in and took away all them goddamn government jobs.
Yeah, he
now
did.
you're gonna have a choice, but to get roused up, you're gonna have to get bit. You're gonna get bit for the Most High. He's gonna put you in a low condition where you're gonna say, hey, wait a minute. We ain't finna stand for that. Matter of fact, there was some Edomites walking down the street saying, "We are white. It's time for some I forgot the chant they was chanting, but basically saying we are white. Time for you to be deported, right?" So they were shouting about, they were all a bunch of Edomites walking down the street talking about, we are white and you are about to be deported, right?
That's uncanny how you said it, man. Like, you know, that movie was so funny, but the fact of it was, you know, hey, Jake got them government jobs. And now the Most High is moving again. He's taking you out of them government
It's the
jobs.
first thing
You
they
know
got
what I
took.
mean?
Yeah, the first thing they got took.
And who is the major part of Jake that has them jobs?
The women.
The black woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All that black female energy, that's just get ready to be.
Nice. Right.
Yeah, that's funny though you said, because I remember that scene in that movie.
I think it was a local
He
movie.
was like, man, we went down, they were all angry and everything. They got jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's a little bit more.
Oh, you want me to go back to the 49? I had gone over to the plain man going.
Okay, yeah, Con, go ahead.
This is still in Genesis 25 and 27, and it reads, "And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter."
Right. Yeah, that's their this giving you the their what's it called? Their personality, basically. How they get down. Giving
Still
you
to this day.
part of their what did you call it?
Demeanor?
The demeanor, yeah, right. Yeah, there you go.
But there's another word for it. I know I can't think of the word, but I know what you're trying. Yeah, because he's still the same to this very
Day, yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? He'll rub piss on himself to get out there and lay down in the woods so he can choke a duck. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
His deer come right up and smell him, think he is another deer.
right, yeah.
know?
Yeah, some weirdo shit, yeah. Yeah. Right.
You know?
Go
It
ahead.
says, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents.
Yeah, and that's us, man. It don't take much for Jake, man. Just a plain man dwelling in tents, man. Just chilling. It don't take much for Jake. You know, we ain't trying to do no extra shit. We ain't trying to skydive and do some other shit.
Rock climb.
Rock climb, jump on a fucking speeding train, and then get on the top of the train and surf on it, motherfucker. Like, man, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Let's go out to some ocean filled with sharks and fucking try to fucking surf and shit, right?
Swim with it.
Swim with the dolphins.
Yeah. No, but they'll go into a thing they know it's sharks, and they'll go out there and fucking and trying to surf or boogie board or whatever they trying to do, man.
Here's one you ain't think of. Who else chases tornadoes?
Oh yeah.
These dumb sons of bitches chase tornadoes.
Yeah.
Skydive, jump out a perfectly good airplane.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's them, man.
Go ahead, finish this
I
story.
think it's a little more.
No, that was back. Okay.
I think you have one. Yeah, but basically, yeah. So, yeah, that's yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
You good,
no, it's all
man.
good. You good.
Again, it says, when I have bet Buddha. But yeah, there's no go Ben Buddha too. They go Ben Buddha and all these idols, but it's like it says when I had bet Judah for me,
Right, yeah.
fill the bowl with Ephraim.
Yeah, so the Lord's about to bend all you jakes, man. Starting with Judah, right? Because what the Lord said that shall raise up the tents of Judah first, man. So he's gonna raising up the tents of Judah, he's gonna bend Judah first, right?
It says, and
Oh yeah, you still have more on that.
it says,
The 49.
and raise up thy sons, O Zion,
Yeah, and raise up thy sons, O Zion,
against
right?
thy
Which that's-
sons, O Greece.
Which that means memorial, right? So the Lord's going to remember the elect, right? And then it's going to be a time that there's going to be a race wars out here, man. So they're running right into what the Lord said. You know what I mean? So you think if you're doing all these different things, that's what the Lord wants you to do. The Lord wants you to race wars. He wants you to be walking around proud. Hey, Donald Trump's my president. Hey, what's up with you nerds? Yeah, he wants you to do that. And a lot of these YNs who ain't never went through the time where when you look at a white man, you gotta walk across the street. Shit, if anything, you see them YN, nigga, you walk across the street, even if you are Jake. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
They ain't with that. They ain't used to no. So hey, you about to get a rude awakening. Even the other brother was saying that. Oh yeah, Elder Malcolm, he was speaking about how they're telling you Jake is only 14%, but you're about to get a rude awakening that Jake is more than 14%. Not to mention you're gonna throw in Issachar, you're gonna throw in Gad, you're gonna throw in some of them other tribes that just came up from El Salvador and all these other things that's about to be on your ass, Esau.
Yeah, because once they said Judah moved, the rest of the tribe's gonna follow.
Right.
Yeah, gonna follow.
Right, you can see that during the George Floyd. It literally went throughout the whole world.
Right.
The whole world, Jake started rising up during the time of George Floyd.
Even during the Rock and King.
Right. But I definitely seen it during the George Floyd.
Yeah.
They were showing a thing in Africa where they went over there and gave the government notes and stipulations because of after what happened to George Floyd. And them motherfuckers was scared. It was a bunch of so-called looking niggas, and they was all coming up, and you could see the white dude was scared. He was like shaking. And then he was surprised that they only gave him a letter. He was like, oh. And when he grabbed it, you could tell he was like relieved that and they sent the lady to give him the letter. saying everything that all these things that they want to start being respected, right? So this is the thing. And that was just like you said. It was as they were doing the CV-19 around the time. That was just a test. But even that was a test run for the Lord. What you didn't understand, the Lord's gonna arouse everybody across the world, right? So that ain't gonna just happen here in America. When the Lord bent Judah for him, that's not just gonna happen here. That's gonna happen all around the world.
Yeah, because we're in every land.
Right.
Because as the brother was saying, you know, once Judah raises up and the rest of the tribes, then this one will be fulfilled. Still in Genesis 49 and 19, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
Right, yeah. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, but you can go some more on that 8-2. Should be 9.
What they should we go back up
Yeah,
here
it should be in the neck of the enemy. Judah should in the neck of the enemy.
Come.
Right. Yeah. So that's basically, Gad's finna intervene. All these other things. So you had conquered them for a while, but guess what? This thing is about to take you know, what they've been putting that a lot in the news lately. Speaking of everything being what's it called? The apocalyptic, right? So what you don't understand is this is about to be apocalyptic, man. Right? Go ahead.
So back in Genesis 49, and then I'll start at 8 again. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
Right?
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemy.
Yeah, there it is. See, and that's what's happening right now, man. A lot of people follow what Judah doing. All these different things, Judah's style, the rap, the hip hop, the break dancing, all the different things. They follow those things. But what's going to happen now is they're going to follow them in a time of everybody's going to feel oppression, and they're going to rise up as Judah's being bent, and everybody's feeling that oppression. They're going to know, hey, we got to move on this devil, man, because or else he's going to move on us, and then there's nothing nobody can do. We're just all going to fall victim? Nah, they ain't going to do that, man. Nobody's going to just be afraid of Esau no more.
And that's another sign that them gutter rats over there in the land aren't Judah.
Right.
Because it says his brothers shall praise him.
Yeah,
no one is praising them.
Yeah.
The world is condemning them for their actions right now. You know? But anyway, continuing on. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp.
Right.
From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down.
Right, see?
He crouched as a lion,
Right, yeah.
and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
Yeah, hey, he's gonna rouse you up, and that's ultimately the most high. But he's gonna use Donald J. Trump, DJ Trump, to do that. DJ Trump is doing a remix, scratch, hey, and then he about to fill his he's about to well, he said the Most High chose him. Yeah, Most High chose you to fulfill prophecy. You're gonna get this whole thing popping, started. World War III, Jake going against Esau, Jacob's trouble. Hey, man.
Let me get these next two verses
Okay.
real quick.
Okay.
Con. Verse 10. The scepter shall not depart from Judah.
Right. That's Yahushai. Yahushai is coming back to rule, starting with Yahushai and King David, man. It's coming back to rule. The scepter's not going to depart from Judah, man. Right?
Nor a lawgiver from between his feet.
Right? And the Lord being our high priest. Right?
Until Shiloh comes.
Right? And he already came, died, resurrected, ascended back in the right hand of the Father. So now we're just waiting for all these last little prophecies to come to pass. Once this come to pass, hey, look, we need you to put out the lights.
Yeah.
We need you to bring in Jacob's trouble. We need you to bring in race wars, man. Right? That's fulfilling prophecy. That means we one step closer to being out of this place, man.
Gotta happen.
Yeah, this gotta happen. Right?
And unto him shall the gathering of the people be,
Right.
binding his foe.
Right? That's the word. Because how is the Lord gathering them? Through the word, through the prophets, out here on the highways and the byways, gathering through the word. The word became flesh and dwelled among us. And that's this word that's coming out right now, right?
Binding his fowl unto the vine, and his ass's colt unto the choice vine.
Right.
He washes his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes.
Right. That's this doctrine. He obeyed his father unto death, right? He rolled on that ass, and they were basically bringing out the palms.
Right.
And the palm symbolizes victory, right? So he basically, the Lord said he's already he said already.
Hosanna, they were saying Hosanna.
Hosanna, yeah. But yeah, they had the palm trees.
Right,
The palm
right.
they was saying Hosanna, Hosanna, right?
The last part of
Right,
it
and the
goes
palm-
into,
and the palm
Obadiah,
trees.
though.
The palm trees, and they basically symbolize victory, and they would say Hosanna, Hosanna, which basically means what? Basically to rule over us, right? They were asking him to rule, but it just wasn't time. But he is going to rule,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yahushua is going to rule,
And he's
right?
gonna take down all of these nations.
right?
That's what I said. The last part is,
Right.
is feeding into it. Obadiah
Right, go
says
ahead.
he washes his garments in wine,
Right.
and his clothes in the blood of grapes. That's
Right.
who is this that cometh from Basra
Yes,
with
yes.
dyed garments from
Right.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Roughly paraphrasing, but
Isaiah 14. I mean, Revelation, the 14th chapter.
con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Isaiah 63. Yeah.
Yeah.
The great wine press.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah,
He
yeah.
can already put in work.
Okay, you got yours.
Yeah. It's a lot.
No, no.
All right. This is the brother. Like the brother was saying, yeah, it's not only going to happen just in so-called America, but all over through the four corners of the earth because we're everywhere. Okay, but this is Isaiah 19 and verse 17. Now, chiefly speaking about so-called America, it says, "And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt.
Go ahead.
Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshab host, which he hath determined against it." You see, so this has to happen. Hey, the race wars, the race riots, okay, this devil coming up against our people's got to happen, man. And then that's gonna what? That's gonna raise up Judah first, okay, and then you're gonna have the rest of the tribes follow. Because it tells you in NLT, same verse, it says just to speak the name of Israel.
Right.
And not only is it gonna
Yasharallah.
be,
Yeah,
not
that's-
gonna just be Judah,
Right.
it's gonna be all
Yeah.
the tribes.
Yeah, because that's why the Lord brought back. The Lord said that there's going to be 5 cities speaking the language of Canaan.
Right.
So that in that we're not saying Israel anymore.
Oh,
Pretty much we're saying we're Yasharallah, right? Because Israel is just like a what you call them, a generic. It's pretty much a generic saying Israel,
Right.
but we're really Yasharallah.
Right.
So that name is back in that vibration is back in the earth, right along with the correct doctrine.
Right. Again, just to speak the name of Israel will terrorize them.
Right. Hey, yes, to speak that name of Yasharallah, and that's what Trump is saying. The prophets of doom, right? We're the prophets of doom is out here, and now it's a terror to them. It's a terror to speak of Yasharallah.
Right.
Right? Oh shit, we better do something. Let's make it seem like they're doing something. Let's create a false flag attack. Let's do something so we can get them off the streets. Right?
It tells you what in Revelation 11:11 that the great exceeding army,
Right.
and they're going to be afraid of the paraphrase. You know, because that's what they're saying. They're saying Israel, okay, rise up. Again,
Right.
it says, go ahead.
Correct. No, yeah, correct.
Okay.
Because that's what I forgot about. Yeah. That's a good point. Because that's what's going on.
You want to grab that real quick, brother?
What's that?
Revelation 11:11. I'll finish this. It says, just to speak the name of Israel will terrorize them. For the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshab, his armies, has laid out his plans against them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is really you falling right into the plans of the Most High.
Yeah.
Not knowing that's what you're doing. You're falling right into the hands of the Most High. So we really need you to do that. Go ahead and do it.
Do it.
Do it. I dare you. Right?
Zoolander,
Do it. Right. Yeah.
It's Revelations 11 and verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved.
Which proves that those are men. The Lord, the flock of the Lord's pasture are men. To have a testimony means it's talking about your testicular fortitude, man. And that's what we come out here to do. We gird up our loins like men and hit out to the highways and the byways, man. Right? We're unashamed of the gospel of Yahweh Shai, not no Christ, man.
Hey, brother, where you
Most
at?
High in Christ bless? No?
Hey, where you at, brother?
Oh, you know what? I went to 12 Colossians.
Okay.
It jumped when I fat fingered it.
Okay. I got it, brother.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is the book of Revelation, verse 11. Chapter 11, verse 11. And it says, and after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life, from the Most High, entered into them. And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Right. Going into the time that Abba Bibbins came on the scene,
So now-
right?
now.
So now,
Yeah.
and now you're afraid. Now you see what's about to hit the scene, right? Which is the true, the true, because that's what they're afraid of. That's what Vocab wanted to try to laugh about when one of the brothers said that you'll be able to pick up a tank and throw it. Well, wait a minute. Did not Samson, right? Did he not take a jawbone of an ass and kill 1,000 people, one man, with the jawbone of an ass that was already dead? And you know about a thing that's already dead. When it's dead for a while, doesn't it make that thing kind of fragile? It weakens the power of it, right? The strength of it. And he went through and banged 1,000 people by himself. Did it not say that he? And then he to show you the power of the Most High. It said he ripped it open and drunk water out of it, right? Come on, bro. You know the power of the most. Come on, bro.
King David leaped over a wall.
Yeah, King David leaped over a wall.
Yeah.
What's his name? Samson broke open was it a bear? And what was it? The bear or something? He grabbed honey out of it and was eating it. Man,
Elijah outran the chariot.
chariot, yeah. A chariot that had a fleet of horses. Like a horse can outrun you, but you got 2 horses that definitely can outrun. But if you got 2 horses here, 2 horses in the back, and then a chariot and it's pulling it, that's fast as shit. And you outrun that? Come on, bro. But we can't take a tank and throw it. That's absurd.
Right. The scriptures is full of
Phenomenal, yeah.
phenomenal acts.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
made by our people. You know.
You got that?
What's that?
What was
I was just looking at.
I think you.
Well,
this brother.
Yeah, this brother. He's gonna rub that back. Zechariah 13.
Go ahead.
In the NLT. Yeah, run it back, brother.
Zechariah chapter 9, verse 13 in the NLT. Judah is my bow,
Yeah.
Oh, God.
and Israel is my arrow.
Right. See. And that's dealing with the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. You so-called black, Hispanic, and Indians, man. You're about to be a thrusting instrument. Can you get that?
Finish, brother.
Yeah, come on.
I'm running back.
Go ahead.
Judah is my bow, and Israel is my arrow, right? Jerusalem is my sword.
Yeah. See. Hey, what we about to make? That's a thrusting instrument, man. A bow, arrow, boom, sword, man. That's all warfare, man. The Lord said that he's a man of war, right?
And like a warrior, right? I will brandish, and I will bramish it
Brandish.
against the Greeks.
Right. Hey, good. Hey,
Yeah,
good.
when you brandish a gun, that's like what you want.
Right.
Yeah. What's up?
What's up?
Yeah.
What's up? Brandish.
Yeah. Boys in the Hood. Remember Doughboy came out like this.
Yeah.
What's up? That's what I thought.
You got a problem?
You got a problem? Dude, yeah. Hey, man, it's beautiful.
This is
What's up? I got this real quick. It says, Exodus chapter 15, verse 3, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is a man of war. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is his name, man. Hey, see, the Lord is a man of war, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead on.
Yeah, this is Isaiah chapter 41, and I'm gonna start off in verse 14. It says, "Fear not, thou worm of Jacob."
Right, yeah. See, because we're in the low condition. We're in the ghettos, the barrios, the reservations. We're in the dust, right? You say what they say, get it from the mud. That's where we're at, man. We're at the bottom, man. Right?
Yeah. It says, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel."
Right. See.
It says, "I will help thee, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel."
Right. See, the Lord is the Redeemer of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, which are really the Israelites, man. Those are bywords, man. Those are nasty, decrepit words, really. They call you Black, or Hispanic, or I'm Mexican. I'm Native American. I'm Cuban. I'm Colombian. I'm Puerto Rican. Right?
Yep.
I'm Black. I'm
Yeah.
African American. I'm Jamaican. I'm Haitian. Those are bywords, man. Those are names that if you call you don't love yourself, man. This is Yasha Allah, man. He Prince of God, man. He Prince of Power, man. The Lord's about to be our Redeemer, man. Right?
It says, "I will help thee, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel."
Right, see, he's coming to help us, man.
It says, well, it's gonna go. Hey, can you have brother bring that out real quick? Bring that out real quick, brother.
Okay.
Verse 14.
Okay. Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 14. The Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai will appear above his people.
Right. Right. Hey, yeah, and that chariot, that father shit. Yeah, that father shit, man. Hey, same way he did in the wilderness, man. What was he doing? He appeared above us. You got something? With a fire light by night and a pillar of cloud by day. That was Yahweh Shai, hovering above us, right?
His arrows will fly like lightning.
Woo! That's some laser beams from the chariots, man. Right? The Lord is a man. Hey, man, that made me think of that Second Ezra 16. The Lord said he should threaten and turn you into powder, man. Right? That's the Lord threatening you.
Brandish.
Yeah, he's brandishing. That's a threat. Yeah.
What's up, Esau?
What's up, Esau? He's threatening you.
I mean, that's literally what it says, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shall the Lord not threaten?
Yeah.
You know?
The sovereign Lord, Yahweh Shai, will sound the ram's horn.
Right. Hey, the sound of war. Yeah, this is war.
Yeah.
War. It's not gonna be a horn where it's time for dinner. Nah. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be time for Jubilee, feast day. No, it's gonna be a sound for war, man.
Trumpet will not make an uncertain
Sound, right?
on that day.
Yeah, you're gonna make an uncertain sound.
An attack like a whirlwind from the southern desert.
Mm.
He's gonna attack like a
Whirlwind. Woo. Hey.
Tornadoes that day.
Yeah, nah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hey, they were saying that was happening in Israel just recently.
Oh,
They said the fire
tornado.
and the fire. It was a fire of tornadoes in
Yeah.
Israel just recently.
Right.
They went chasing them tornadoes, man. The fire was going, and it was. They said people said they seen two look like angels or some type of men that like they stirred them up. You know, kind of like when the Lord said He should send forth spanners. They said they seen two men in there, and it was like they were stirring up the fire, and the thing was spinning. The fire just. Yeah, it was. I didn't see a lot of. I seen two, but people said there were more than that. But I seen two fire tornado looking things.
They were
man.
like dust devils, but they're like fire.
They were like fire, yeah.
Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 15. The Lord Yahweh Shai of Haman's armies will protect his people,
Right, good.
and they will defeat their enemies by
Hurling.
yeah,
Hurling, throwing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, hurling.
Well,
yeah,
no,
keep
keep
talking.
going.
time, hurling great stones.
Right, yeah.
They're gonna defeat their enemies by hurling
Great
great
stones, right? Yeah. Oh, and that goes into back into the law. when someone break the law, you're supposed to take them out the city and stone them. Right? Yeah.
But these stones are going to be
We,
what?
the missiles,
They
the
gonna pop when
yeah,
they get-
yeah, they're gonna be the warheads, the missiles, man.
Keep going, little bit.
They will shout in battle as though drunk with wine.
Look at that shit. You know when a drunk, might get drunk, you can't. You know, and he's not to the point where, you know what I'm saying, he's feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't control them.
Can't control him, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knock his ass
So
out.
then you got, yeah, man.
They will be filled with blood,
Right.
like a how do you say what? Oh,
Where you going? Where you at? It says, they will be filled with blood like a bowl. I'll read it, bro. Drenched with blood like the corners of the altar. Because they used to make those sacrifices, the blood used to flow down. Yeah.
Away from the altar. Yeah.
It's not gonna be pretty.
Come on, brother. Finish it up. You might as well.
verse 16. On that day, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, their power will rescue His people.
Right. That's you so-called Black Hispanic Canadians that repented, came back to your heritage, man. Right? His people. Right?
Just as a shepherd rescued his sheep.
Right. There you go. Hey. That's it. That's what it is, man. It's like a shepherd rescues his sheep, and that's he is, man. He's the shepherd of all shepherds, man. Right? The bishop of all bishops, man, to save you, man.
And he ain't rescuing black people.
Right, yeah. No, he ain't rescuing Mexicans or Puerto Ricans.
He not rescuing you.
Right?
You haven't returned.
I'm a Jamaican man. Don't know what you talk about. I'm a bad man.
Boom, boom.
But yeah. Nah, we ain't coming to rescue that.
None of y'all gonna make it. Not rescuing Eve from her. He might be evil.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, he get a pass today. Go ahead, you want.
They will sprinkle
Sparkle.
It's like they will sparkle in his land like jewels in a crown.
Ooh. Oh yeah, you seen that when Putin shot that nuke, one that was it didn't have the nuke in the warhead, but he shot it and it hit. You should see the spark when it sparked, and oh man, that shit was crazy. It made them afraid, man. When that motherfucker hit, and that's without the nuke in it.
It was
And
a
it's
sonic.
still-
It was one
it's
of them
sonic.
those supersonic weapons.
Oh man, the way it hit and it sparked, it's gonna, as it says, sparkled like jewelry, man.
But that's gonna happen. But that's actually talking about the people once they get to the land.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, the scripture
It
says
says
what?
it's gonna- I thought you said it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's before that.
Okay.
But then it says, on that day, the Lord, their power, will rescue His people, just as the shepherd rescues his sheep. They will sparkle in His land like jewels in the crown.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, it's talking about Israel, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, because it says that we will
Yeah.
be we're jewels in His crown.
Right.
Jewel, right.
I'll finish it. It says, how wonderful and beautiful they will be. It says, the young men will thrive on abundant grain, and the young women will flourish on new wine. That's also mean when we get to the kingdom.
Yeah.
But let me get this right here. It says, behold, this is Isaiah 41 and 15 now. It says, behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth.
Right, yeah. Power. And militarized.
Says,
right?
Yeah. It says, thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff.
Chaff. Yeah, so basically you're gonna be turned to nothing, dust. Like when the thing finished burning, all of this is just the stubble of it, just the ash, right? And that's how the Lord's gonna destroy your Edomite system, man. Until you serve your 1,000 years of slavery, and then you're actually gonna be ash, right?
Right. It says, thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away.
Right. See, yeah, man. See.
It says,
And that's the type of thing that was happening over there, man. That tornado fire thing, it was like a thing being fanned, man. And then that's what you're doing. You're actually fanning the race wars, all to your own destruction, man. Right? Keep going.
It says, and the whirlwind shall scatter them, And thou shalt rejoice in the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and shall glory in the Holy One of Israel.
Right, yeah, the whirlwind, the chariots are going to scatter you, right? And we're gonna rejoice in the Holy One of Israel, man, right? Which is Yahweh Shai, man. We're gonna be Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, man. We're gonna live all praises and all honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man, in that day, man, because we trusted and waited upon Him, man, right? Nope.
That's it on that, brother. That's it.
No.
Y'all could have. Appreciate it. Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
Oh, but yeah.
That's it on that, brother.
Oh, yeah, I got one real quick. It says, because we mentioned that. It says, 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 11, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall threaten, and who shall not utterly be beaten to powder at His presence, right? Because once the Lord is amongst us, right? Oh, you got that one, huh? Yeah, because once the Lord is amongst us, man. But
This is Exodus 13 and verse 21, and it reads, and Yahweh went before them by day. We know that was Yahweh Shai, but they have it in full bold print, which is Yahweh, but we understand that it was Yahweh Shai. You know what I mean? That went before us. And it says, and went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in the pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night.
wait, yeah, see, and that was Yahweh Shai, man. He went before us, man. And that fathership, and then when you is it Rahab, the harlot?
Yeah.
She said the people are afraid,
Right.
of the, and that's what's about to happen, man. You people are gonna be afraid, man. You're gonna know that we are the sons of the living power, right?
But the word went out in front of us, so people knew in front of us, hey, what was coming your way?
Right. Yeah.
There's destruction coming your way. Either get down or lay down.
Right.
You know, and that's why that one group, what was that? That was
Oh, the Hamites?
Yeah,
the Hamites?
Yeah, they came out and tried to make a pact.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
we
them.
coming from a long way away.
Journey. They're really close.
Yeah,
They-
Put
yeah,
on some funny clothes. They
Yeah,
act
yeah.
like everything was.
Yeah, so they ripped
Yeah.
they ripped their clothes. They
Yeah.
ripped their clothes on purpose to make it look tattered.
They made their food
They-
moldy.
they-
Moldy
food.
food.
They made some moldy food.
Yeah.
And then they
traveled a long time.
even their water. They said they put holes in their little water jugs so make it look like they ran out of water. And say, hey, we want to praise your God and we want to be with you. So they made the pact with them. But then that's the reason why I think there's a scripture that talks about how they broke the brotherly covenant. Ham broke the brotherly covenant. So that's why he's gonna get fucked up too. Ham,
When they
that's
figured
your
out-
ass, Ham.
When they figured out what they had done, they put them into subjection anyway, though.
No, well, everybody's gonna have to pay tribute. That's all they
Yeah.
did. They just said we ain't gonna kill you, but you're gonna have to pay tribute. See, because technically what the Lord set up was that we were supposed to wipe out all the Canaanite out of there. They were a Canaanite thing, but after we made the pact with them, we couldn't kill them, but we killed the other Canaanites, right?
It says they made them hewers of
wood,
wood and drawers of water,
Right.
which basically put them into captivity.
Yeah,
That's in Joshua. You want me to get that for you, brother?
yeah,
or-
come, that's cool. That's
Okay.
cool.
Let me
Cause
get-
I know it said that, I know when you read it, it said it made them pay tribute. But then, yeah, they put
And
them
you
in
know they
slavery
couldn't
too.
have been mad, because when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Joyce, yeah.
So they couldn't have been, you know what I mean? It ain't like we nothing like Esau in the way he treated his slaves, you know?
You want me to just get it from the top, want the whole story, or
No,
you want just the point? It says, it's a lot.
Strength
you
behind
might go right there.
Yeah, I'll just go right here. It says, it's a lot. I'll start at verse 18. Joshua 9 and 18. It says, and the children of Israel smote them not, because the princes of the congregation had sworn unto them by the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, power of Israel, and all the congregation murmured against the princes. It says, but all the princes said unto the congregation, we have sworn unto them by the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, power of Israel. Now therefore we may not touch them.
Yeah, see, yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, they said they couldn't touch him now.
And see, Esau would have broke that oath like
Yeah,
he broke
yeah.
all the treaties he made with Gad.
Because they got found out.
Right.
But since they made that treaty
Yeah.
with them,
Yeah.
they couldn't break it.
Jake was a man of his word.
Right. And it says, we will do to them, we will even let them live, lest the wrath be upon us because
Right.
of the oath which we swore unto them.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
It says, and the princes said unto them, let them live, but let them be hewers of wood
Okay, yes,
and drawers of water unto all the congregation as the princes had promised them.
Right.
So they became
Which-
slaves. Yeah.
Right. Which that's what everybody's gonna. That's what they were gonna be anyway. Right.
Right.
Because I think that goes into like
Yeah.
I believe that also goes into like a future prophecy too.
Yeah, let me get a couple more. It says, and Joshua called for them, and he spake unto them, saying, wherefore have ye beguiled us? Saying, we are very far from you, yet ye dwell among us.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It says, now therefore you are cursed,
Yeah. There you go. See.
and there shall be none of you be freed from being bondmen,
Yeah. See.
and hewers of wood and drawers of water
Yeah.
for the house of my power.
Right. See, that's why I was took it as like it was just like a future prophecy, because when we wasn't in the land yet. So that's why I was
like you
thinking.
said
Yeah.
too, though. They were
But-
supposed to be destroyed.
Yeah, they were supposed to get
Yeah,
destroyed
man.
too. Yeah.
And they
But
managed,
okay.
you
Yeah.
know.
I mean, it's
The
slaves.
will of the Heavenly
That's
Father
good, too.
played out in the end anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, if they hadn't done what they did,
They
most
would have got
likely
destroyed.
they would have slaughtered them
Yeah. Right.
coming
right,
through. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Did you have something?
You got some?
Still on,
But
Jeremiah 50%.
but
This the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 7. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, "We
oh yeah, sure.
yeah, oh,
We offend not yet.
Yeah, we offend not. Yeah, see, yeah, this goes back to what I was trying to show earlier, because that's how they feel. They basically set up to where they offend not. You know what I'm saying? So this is Trump's and all these other leaders from before time and even now. His thing is, you guys, you're just sinners, or you're just niggas. So it doesn't matter. We haven't offended, right? We bring in our people from apartheid. We'll do this, and we'll try to make it. We're the aggressor, but we're gonna be the victim too.
Right.
Right? That's their thing of saying they offend not, right? But
because we have sinned against the Lord,
yeah,
Yahweh Shem Shai, the inhabit.
they have sinned.
They have.
They have sinned against the Lord. Read again.
Right.
They have sinned against the Lord Yahweh Shem
That's why
Shai.
they justified what they were
We're
doing.
doing, yeah. They justifying what they doing. Yeah.
The inhabitation of justice.
Right, because that's habitation.
Habitation.
Right, because that's where they feel when they brought in the drugs. That's why I said they accuse them before the Father night and day. It's because they say, hey, look, you show people they're sinning. So they brought in the drugs. They brought in that was my point. Right, that actually made me remember. Because they brought in the heroin in the 60s. Then they brought in the crack in the 70s and the 80s. Right, and then they even brought in the fentanyl, thinking that it was going to affect us, but it ended up backfiring, and it was mostly their people who got hooked on the fentanyl. Right.
Yeah, now they trying to get everything they can. Police riding around with them booster shots. The ambulance guy, and all of the people, everybody's riding around so they can help the poor Edomite man. So I got a quick precept to go with what he's reading.
Okay, go ahead.
It's Revelations 11 and 9, and it says, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that goes into all these things. Yeah.
It just kind of goes through, because they never told us who we were. They never did anything, you know what I mean, to better us. They only help again
Oh,
back
go ahead.
further in our
Affliction, yeah,
Right,
going back
right.
to where we were at, yeah, further in the affliction,
Yeah.
because we basically already served our time, and they could have just left it like that and just said, hey, yeah, you know what, you guys are the children of Israel, let's give you this, or at least just put us back in the land. But no, it was their thing to put themselves in the land, so they couldn't, they weren't going to do that, right? And this is what keeps this society perpetuate going, because it's Jake, the ones who mostly buy things when these holidays come by, or these holidays, should I say?
Jake is the
Right?
foundation of
Yeah. Jake is the foundation, because they're the one who do the most spending. But then at the same time they do the most spending, propping this place up. At the same time, you're trying to rob them more.
this.
You're having the greatest transfer of wealth ever doing the CV19, and then you're basically doing that now. You're transferring wealth to the people who prop you up, and this why it shows that you're unfit to rule. The things that you do don't make any goddamn sense, man.
Yeah.
You pollute the water you drink, you pollute the air you gotta breathe. If these are your subjects, even the scripture says that a good man is good to his animals, but Esau, his cruelty, or his night, even his current tender mercies are cruel, right?
Tender mercies of the
Edomites are cruel, or
Yeah.
wicked. Oh, you got that?
Now I was going to get that. He who is
Okay,
evil
can
to
you get that?
himself.
Yeah, that the tender mercies.
Yeah, I got one real quick before that, if I may. I lost it. It's lucky.
Can you get that one real quick?
Can you get that real quick, brother? The tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. It's in Proverbs.
This is Ecclesiastes 14 and 15, and it reads, "He that is evil to himself,
Right.
to whom will he be good?
Yeah, beautiful.
He shall not take pleasure in his goods." You know, hey, basically, everything that you Edomites and you are piling up, thinking that you're reserving to yourself riches for later, man, you're gonna vomit all of that up, man, and it's gonna go back to its rightful owners. Which is the children of Israel.
Can you read that one more time?
This is Ecclesiasticus 14 and verse 5, and it reads,
Yeah.
"He that is evil to himself,"
Right.
and
that's you. That's you, Esau. Yeah. So basically, look, you're evil to yourself, right? When you're robbing the wealth even from your own people, right? Even from your own country, this is the place you're supposed to be ruling over. Why would you continue to? This has been your cash cow, but as the elites, you want more and more and more and more. Hey, it's never enough for you.
When you look at it, when he's spraying the trails,
yeah.
he's not, hey, you need to leave town for a little bit, fucking these niggas up. So,
Right, he don't even do that to his own white.
He don't tell his own people to get out of there. They get sprayed the same way everybody else do.
Right.
If you ain't got the money to live where they're not putting it down, fuck you. And that's how Esau feels.
Right.
To whom will he be good?
Yeah. Hey, if he can't be good to himself, whom will he be good to? Is he fit to rule? Right?
Yeah, it says he shall not take pleasure in his goods.
Yeah.
And he's never satisfied.
Yeah. So basically you're not going to rule forever, because that's their thing.
Yeah.
That their kingdom to the houses. So, they put their names on everything that their kingdom may go on forever. Yeah. But how can it go on forever if you're just destroying everything?
Right.
It doesn't even begin to make sense.
Poison the water, you contaminate the air, you violate the earth, you overplant, you do everything to destroy. Hey, they say in the world, don't shit where you eat. Esau shits everywhere and on his food. You know what I mean? The table don't care, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I got one real quick. It says, going with that, what you're saying, because it's Job chapter 30, verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have made me in derision, whose father I would have disdained to set with the dogs of my flock, right? It's going into what you were saying. Even putting them at the dinner table, or anyway, I wouldn't even put you next to my dogs.
And why?
Right.
Because he pop your dog.
Right.
You know what I mean? He pop. Hey, there's a saying in the world, even to this day, something where the men are men and the sheep run. When they fucking with Esau Edom, he's
Right,
known
the farmers,
for sticking his little pecker in anything he can get it in. He don't discriminate. Animals, women, men, whatever it is, this devil, hey, he's uncontrollable with his little pecker.
Right. Right.
You know, he wants to shove that shit everywhere.
Right.
Tree hole, he don't care.
Yeah, and basically the
Key hole, tree hole.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, who else is known for putting holes in bathroom stalls, sticking their little pecker through it?
Yeah.
But Esau. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they known for that.
Glory hole, right.
Tapping each other's feet at the airport.
Right. You know, they love being bumper to bumper. You know? A regular man want to stand back from a man. I'm not trying to stand all the way up on you.
Yeah.
Esau, man, he want to be, hey, buddy, fuck out of here, dude. Back up. You know? Dirty son of a bitch.
I got one real quick, brother.
Hold on, I got the.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Oh, boy.
This just be thinking about this devil, man. Like, I hate when I'm in the store and you turn around and the motherfucker right up on you, like, yo, back the fuck up. Do I know you?
Yeah.
Are you paying for my order too?
Yeah.
If you're not, back up.
Men. So this is younger, and it says men. It says from out of on account or out of the side of, since, above, then, so that not, it says more than. Gotta be something else. Let me go to the.
The word, it pretty much means insignificant. You go into that word younger, it means insignificant. Maybe there's something in the lexicon. You trying to get that definition for younger?
Younger, yeah.
Yeah, I know it goes up to insignificant, but let me see if I can find something.
But it says from an account of through because of definitive conjunction.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Younger, basically, like insignificant, and it just means because you know when a person is young, they make stupid decisions, you know, right? They're not what they call seasoned, right? They're not you know, they're not equipped to, you know, you don't put a little kid in a car to drive a car, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's not equipped to drive a car. You know, a car, as well as it's a tool, it gets you from A to B. It's good, but it's also a weapon, right? It's dangerous. You won't put a kid, you know, someone's younger into a vehicle. You won't give someone younger without any training. You don't give them a gun. But this guy, his blessing is the sword. So the thing he always comes up with is his thing is to kill. You mean he don't know nothing else, right? With a low, basically like a low IQ, and that's what's happening right now. He's going to come down with great wrath, knowing that he got but a short time, because he has to resolve to his natural instincts, his brute beast mentality, right? Go ahead.
You want that?
Go ahead.
Proverbs?
Yeah.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 12 and verse 10. a righteous man regarded the life of his beast.
Right, yeah, see, a righteous man will regard the life of his beast. So what foolish motherfucker, like you said, shoot off some things in the sky, allegedly, right? You know, you sprays all this stuff in the sky, you pollute the water, you do all these different things. These are you're calling us goyim anyway. These are your cattle. So it proves you're not a good man. You don't even take care of your beast, right? We're just goyim, we're just cattle. You don't even take care of us. You're putting in all sorts of they were talking about Houston and Atlanta.
But you remember
And all these other stuff
with
with-
poison water thing? Was it
Yeah.
Michigan? I think
Yeah,
was,
it's Flint.
Flint, Michigan. They had the poison water.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking, who
To this
came
day.
up- Right. Oh,
To this
yeah,
day, they haven't
fixed
fixed it. Yeah.
You know, hey, who came up with the term? Damn it, it slipped me real quick. But what's it called when they kill their own people in battle?
You talking about friendly fire?
Yeah, but
friendly
it's not
fire.
friendly. It's something casualties.
Casualties of war?
No, when you end up, it'll pop back in my head. Salaki, go ahead, keep going. Let me see.
But yeah.
Make sure. It's
But
hot
yeah,
on these cameras.
yeah. So you know, you poison your animals. You're different. I mean, you're calling us goyim, and you're poisoning. You're doing it. Who does that? Right? Right.
But the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
See, and when you do show us any so-called any mercy, you end up being cruel at it. You know what I mean? Because for Trump to come after giving them the government jobs, to come to rip it out of their life after they've been there 15, 20 years, and then have some dude from South Africa tell them that they need to prove what they've been doing. What are you talking about? You're not even an American citizen for one. Then you're not a government official. So who are you to say somebody need to write a note to prove what they're worth at the job, man? That's crazy, bro.
I give you welfare, but your man has to get out the house.
Oh, yeah, come. Yeah.
You know?
So you don't raise the children with
Right.
having
So
that,
there's no man in the house.
have the nucleus family, yeah.
You know.
Right? So I could set up, you could be an adulteress,
Yes.
you know what? Right?
Now Uncle
Now-
Bob is there every other night.
Yeah, hey, what movie was that? That show? That dude said, he said, damn, man. Oh, it was a joke. I think it was a joke. Oh no, somebody he said, man, you sure got a lot of uncles. I said, damn. I wish I had I don't got that many uncles. Yeah, mom's always bringing some guy over, man. And this is uncle this, this is uncle that. So the kid don't think that mom's a goddamn whore.
Yeah, you probably thinking your mama's
A
perfect.
saint. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, go ahead. I think that was it.
Yeah, now it's going into that word younger, just because going into lexicon, it brings out having no knowledge.
Right, there you go.
Less than nothing. That's what it says, less than nothing.
Yeah, you see? Yeah, you
go
know.
back into that old Isaiah then.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Less than
Yeah.
vanity, less than, also it says without power. It says
Right, yeah, because you don't have the Most High.
Yeah.
You don't have the Most High. You don't go by the law, statutes, and commandments, and you're without knowledge.
Yeah, without
You have knowledge, so you're not fit to rule, man. You're not fit to rule at all.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot here. It says, listen, not even the least part of God.
Right, yeah.
It says
Yeah, he don't even have the least part of God.
Not even a particle of one. It says not even the least of knowledge. So yeah, that's pretty much when you go into the lexicon, you go into that word younger. There's a lot that goes into it, but that's pretty much what it is. Man. It's insignificant. They ain't shit, pretty much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I got one real quick, brother, if I may. I got one real quick, if I may. Now this is going back to how let me just read it. This is Zechariah 11 and verse 4. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yoshai, my power, feed the flock of his slaughter,
Yeah, that's us. We've always been getting slaughtered since Esau been ruling over us.
Right.
All we do is get slaughtered, man.
Right.
Right?
It says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Right? In the time of the Greeks, time of the Romans, they put us in those Colosseums to get destroyed by wild beasts. Even to this very day, they put us in the ghettos, the barrios, the reservations, and make sure that we are dealing with harsh conditions, man. Which they're gonna push it more for more harsh conditions, man. Right? That's why they're gonna bend. That's how they're gonna bend Judah. That's how the Lord is gonna allow you to bend Judah for Him. Ultimately, what you're doing is you're walking right into the Most High's plan.
Yeah.
He needs you to do that.
Yeah.
Make us more poor, Donald Trump. Put more tariffs,
Right.
please.
Right. And that's what the true men of the Lord are doing. They're feeding the flock to the slaughter.
Right? We're
Right.
feeding the flock. Yeah.
Yeah, we're feeding them to wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. But there is those false teachers, false leaders, false shepherds, and those are the Christians,
plantation Christianity.
even those false leaders of Israel.
Yeah.
You know,
Because they're talking about prosperity.
prosperity. Yeah.
But we need to be more poor because guess what? It's gonna bend Judah, man.
It says,
Right?
whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them,
Right.
say, blessed be the Lord Yahweh
That's what
Hashem
I'm coming
Yoshai,
to. Yeah,
for I am rich.
Right. Yeah. Beautiful. That's what I was talking. That's how they feel. They don't care. They say, you know what? Hey, forget about them.
Yeah.
Hey, we're getting rich. It doesn't matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As
Yeah.
long as we get rich, but we already read on what younger means. Younger means you're without knowledge. You're not fit to rule. So your thing is just to get money. You think more is gain.
Yeah.
Well, that's not, more is not gain. More is not gain, man. Godliness is gain. Right?
It says, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Yeah, and our own shepherds, like
Yeah.
you said, those false prophets, false teachers,
Right.
false people in your life that tell you, hey, more is gain. Hey, just go to school.
Yeah.
Don't you know this place is about to be done? The dollar is finished, man. Right?
Huh?
The dollar is fucking done, man.
Yeah.
So to tell me to go to school and do all this other stuff, man, I'm uninterested in any of that stuff, man. We need you to bring in more strengths, man. We need you to start these race wars. We need you to start World War III, man. We need you to push the Karagma. Right? We need all those things to happen, man. So you can fall right into the hands of the living power, man. And then it says it's a fearful thing too. But you're gonna walk right into it, showing you're lacking knowledge. Right? You're without knowledge, or without God, it said too, right?
Yeah.
You're without God, without knowledge.
Not even the least
Not
part
even the
of
least
God.
part of the power. So you're in all sorts of error.
Hey, he gonna reintroduce you to why he was once known as
Al-Shaja. Yeah, come.
Then, oh, he's gonna give you that aha moment again.
This is Deuteronomy.
Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh Shai, thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemy.
Right, yeah, gun. Hey, gun. That's exactly what's happening, man. Because when they brought in the fentanyl, thought it was going to affect Jake, it really affected them. So it all fell upon them. When they thought to destroy us from having children, right? Putting all these different diseases like HPV, stop people from having children. Hey, instead it actually affected you more than it affected us. And now you're not having children.
They're busting blanks, shooting blanks.
Shoot blanks, man.
It's crazy how crack babies survive. And some of them are actually
Doing good, yeah, they're doing
good.
well, yeah. Yeah, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Shai.
Yeah, because Jacob gets it in, man. He don't shoot blanks.
Boom!
Well, it tells you that in Egypt, the more they oppress us, the more we grew.
Yeah.
Right? So keep oppressing us, man.
Yeah.
The more you oppress us, the more even it will prove that. Even the more that vocab come against us, the more we're growing. Right?
That's why
More,
he figured it
more
out
people
with
are
our
coming to
women
the
now.
truth, man.
Because Jake gets sad, Jake go home and plow his heifer. You know what I mean? So they split us from our heifer. You know?
Yeah, but what they didn't realize is we don't need the Judite woman to bring back Israel.
No.
So fuck the black woman, man. We're gonna get it in, and we're gonna bring back Judah, and not to mention we're gonna bring back Israel. And a matter of fact, through the word, it says that the Lord's gonna gather them by when Shiloh comes, he's gonna gather us, and that's through the word, man. And that's what's happening, man. So we don't need the so-called black woman to bring back the nation of Israel. We don't need the Mexican woman, we don't need the Spanish woman, we don't need none of you.
We don't need Eve.
We don't need Eve, we don't need Gad, we don't need Issachar. We'll just go deal with a bunch of Moabites and bring back Israel. It don't make a difference. Right? The man carries the seed. Yeah, or the Edomite. Elam. Yeah, Elam. Yeah, Elam. Yeah. I like Elam. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
But there's going to be a portion of Eve that's going to get her head out of her ass.
Yeah, soon when they see all this, yeah, you're gonna know. You ain't gonna say where's your God. You know what I'm saying?
The rest are going to be trampled down like the mire of the street.
Yeah, come on. But
I'll run it back on the top. The Lord Yahweh Shabbat Shai, thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemy, on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
Yeah, they persecuted us. Yeah. Say again, persecuted.
Or persecuted thee.
Yeah. Do it again.
And
So from the top.
the Lord Yahweh Shabbat Shai, thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemy.
That's Esau. Edom started with Esau, but we got all those in Psalms 83. We got the list of the hit list. Yahweh's hit list. Yeah. Yeah, well, he's the chief of the nation, so he's the main one. Yeah. It says Amalek is the chief of the nation, so you're the main one, right?
And on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Persecute, slacking. That's what it's like. Which persecute.
No, persecuted.
Persecuted thee, slacking.
Persecute thee. Yeah, come on.
Which persecute thee. There we go.
Keep going.
Verse 8. And thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord.
Yes, and that's where we're at, man. We're out here on the highways and the byways, and thou shalt obey the Lord
and do all his commandments.
Right. Hey, Lord willing, that's what we're doing to the best of our ability, man. Right?
I got a quick example.
Which I command thee this day.
Right, yeah, come on. Yeah, and to this very day. So we're out on the highways and the byways doing what the Lord commanded us to do. Right? What?
This is Psalm 7 and verse 10. It says, my defense is of the Most High, which saveth the upright in heart.
Yeah.
Those that have the right mindset.
Right mindset, yeah.
It says, the Most High judges the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day.
Right. Yeah.
It says, if he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready.
And made it ready. And then going into brandishing it. Yeah, he's making it ready.
Right.
Showing you he's ready for war, man. Mm-hmm. Showing you that the men of the Lord, and their mind is set up right, man.
Right.
What the Lord said that you're supposed to implant the words that's able to save your soul, man.
Right. He will whet
sharpen it, yeah. And that goes into what it says, the water, it says how goes should be washing by the water of the word, right?
Yeah.
And when you go into the water, that's normally how you sharpen. It says you can get it sharper, right, with the water and the stone, the sharpening stone with water, and that's how you get it really sharp. But that's also what you're doing, because it's you get that iron sharpening iron. Right? Because that's what it is. The Lord he's sharpening our minds. So you're seeing the Lord sharpening that weapon, man, which is us, starting with the word. Mm-hmm. Right? Before he gives us the spiritual bodies.
Right, and also going into those missiles, man.
Going into
swords. So the Lord has many swords.
The Lord got many swords. But the main thing is sharpening our mind like a sword. Because okay, you get that? The other one, what's that? Hebrews 4:12.
Let me finish this up. It says, if he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready.
Yeah.
He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death.
Right, yeah, the missiles, the instruments of
death.
The instruments of death, the ICBM missiles, man. The hypersonic, let's not forget that. That hypersonic ICBM missiles, man.
It says
Right.
he ordained his arrows against the persecutors.
Right, yeah,
Going
yeah.
back to-
To the missiles. But also, but
Proverbs 27 and 17. Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance
Right,
of
see.
his friend.
see that's so see, and that's what we're out here to do, man. We're sharpening your countenance, man. Right? Iron sharpening iron. So he's talking about the mind, your mind, right? So those that with the upright mind from
Because it starts off with the mind.
yeah, it start off with our mind. You got that?
Yeah, I got it, brother.
Go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than a two-edged sword,
Right, yeah, see, done. See?
piercing even through the dividing asunder of soul and spirit,
Yeah, yeah.
and of the joints and marrow,
Right.
and is something, right?
Something.
Yeah.
A
Discerner, discern of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
Yeah. Right.
Break it down and determine what you really
Who you are, man.
Yeah.
And this is what the scriptures do, and that's what we out here to do, right? But all that starts with what the sharpening of our mind, because the Lord, and that's what's ultimately going to allow the Lord to shoot those missiles, right? Because we had to come out and teach first, right? How could they learn except there be a preacher, man? How can he go if the prophecies ain't going in order, right? We had to raise up the tents of Judah first, right?
Yeah, I got two real quick, brother. This is Psalms 119, verse 9. It says, wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way?
Right, go ahead.
By taking heed thereto according to that word.
Right, yeah, and that's cleaning what? His mind, sharpening his mind. That's how you clean up your ways through the word
Right.
of Yahweh Shema Shai.
St. John 15 and 3. Now you are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you.
But hey, see, and now and that's yeah. Hey, see, yeah, and so basically we're being washed through the word, and we're being organized. We're put in place, sharpening every time we come out here. We're sharpening. We're becoming better, man. Right? The Lord said, rehearse the righteous acts. Right? So that's what every time you do, you're getting sharper and sharper, better and better and better. Right?
And you sharpen each other.
Yeah,
It goes back into what you have been reading. Iron
With
sharpens
the iron, right? Yeah.
See each other going off, you shoot together.
No, the water. Washing of the water.
Oh, I didn't get that one. I
Yeah,
got
can you
the,
get that?
okay.
Oh, we got I'm gonna put it. And then what you call that?
The washing of the water by the word. I get no internet, man. I'm not sure where that one's at.
Washing of the water by the word.
I get no internet, so. Good luck.
Go ahead. You guys
Ephesians 5 and 26 says, Ephesians 5 and 26,
There you go.
that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Signify your mind, right? So you got to. Someone has to be out here to teach. So something has to give you a signal. You got to hear a word, right? You hear the word behind you. This is the way. Walk ye in it, right? So you got a signal, something that gave you a way to know, and then you heard the word, and then you start learning. The more and more you learn, and it's they basically say that's sharpening, right? Repetition is the father of skill. So when you're doing that, repetition is sharpening you, right?
And that's why the apostle is always talking about going back and doing the old over and over and over.
Yeah, the basis is that foundation, man. You always need the basis, man. And there's always new brothers coming in too, so yeah.
I think that was it.
Yeah. Okay, go on.
It says, this is Wisdom of Solomon 2 in verse 1, and it reads, for the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves,
Right.
but not aright. Our life is short and tedious.
Right, that's Esau, man. He's figuring this is the thing that they could do.
And in the death
I know
of a
that's it.
man, there is no remedy.
What?
Neither,
What was that again?
I said, for the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves,
Right, which we already said. We already showed what younger means. Younger means basically without knowledge. Without knowledge and without God.
Right.
Right? So you gotta remember this is someone who's younger, who's insignificant, who's without knowledge and without God, reasoning with himself.
It's not even the least part of God.
Yeah.
Wow.
ungodly.
Right, and they what? These are ungodly.
Yeah, for the
ungodly said, let us
reasoning with themselves,
reasoning with themselves,
but not aright.
but hey, of course not, because they're done. They don't have the wisdom. They're unfit to rule. Right?
So
Go
you're
ahead.
reasoning, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
You know, our life is short and tedious,
Yeah.
and in the death of a man, there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
Right. Because that's Esau. That's the ungodly. Because when you deal with us as Israel, plenty of people return from the grave. Yeah, Lazarus. But Elijah went to that young man and put his eyes with his eyes and his mouth with it, and brought him back from the grave, right, from dead. So Yahushua, yeah. So plenty of the Apostle Paul.
And we believed in reincarnation.
Right,
We
and
knew you come back.
Yeah, we knew you come back. See, and that's a person reasoning within himself, right, without having God. But not right. That's not right. Come on.
Verse 2, for we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been.
Yeah.
For the breath
That's
in our...
see, that's what you're saying. That's what they thought. They ain't thinking about reincarnation.
Right.
And that's basically what they were saying. Matter of fact, one brother was teaching today, and then Edomite got on his comment board was saying, well, why should I have to punish for my forefathers when I wasn't around? Doesn't the Bible say you should not be punished for your father's sins? And so, of course, they don't realize reincarnation. You are your forefathers.
Hey,
right?
And that's that to him who is to he who is wicked to himself, because your Rockefellers, all of them, they know you come back again,
Right.
and that's why they set their shit up so that
They always
when they come back, they're gonna have their shit. They coming right back to what they built, and you better be building it even more and down the line. And that's how they do it. That's why these families keep that wealth in them for generations.
Yeah, because allegedly that's why they killed that princess, because she was going outside of the thing,
Right.
trying to have a baby by somebody else. So they wanted it to be close knit, right? Yeah, they wanted it to be close knit family to make sure that they come back, right? And because that chick, the one that they were saying is a black chick, I believe she's really one of them, like a Brahma.
Yeah.
So because they ain't just accepted no black chick in their thing like that. She had to be someone was down the line, their lineage. That's why because that way they can come back to that.
Well, check it out. That's why Isaiah said this. It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. Because they are their fathers.
They are their fathers.
It says that they do not rise nor possess the land, to fill the face of the world with cities.
Right.
It says, well, I will rise up against them, said the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yoshai of hosts,
Right, yeah.
and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and son and nephew,
right.
saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yoshai.
And-
The seed.
Seed line. Hey, and the Lord, and he said he's raising up. The Lord just said he's sharpening his sword.
Yeah.
He's brandishing his weapon.
Yeah.
He's preparing this thing. He's preparing the race war.
Shalom Aleichem.
Oh, Alaikum. What's that, man?
Shalom Aleichem. It means peace be unto you.
There's no such thing as Shalom Alaikum.
You never heard that before?
No, that's bullshit.
Wrong
you make
group.
that up. Yeah, you making shit up. You putting Islam with
Something else,
yeah.
you gotta find the guys
Shalom will
that
go
work.
with Israel, but Alaikum goes with fucking Ishmael.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
he's
you
the
gotta
Shalom.
find the guys
Yeah.
in purple for that. 'Cause they're
Shalom
linking
Aleichem.
up. They're linking
What
up
the
with
fuck?
the NOI.
Right, yeah, that will go perfect with them. Yeah.
No,
They can do a
no,
Shalom
no,
Alaikum. Yeah.
Yeah, the guys in purple. That's
Yeah.
just they think.
Yeah, they can do a Shalom Alaikum. What the fuck? Okay.
I never heard that before.
Yeah, no, the way he said was weird.
Yeah.
And then he seen
He walked, but like it was
Yeah.
something, like it was a real thing and shit.
Profound. It was profound.
You never heard that before? You just made that
Yeah,
up.
you just made that up.
Thinking you was clever.
Yeah. Oh, like you made that shit up.
What the hell?
He couldn't decide which one to.
Right. He was lost in translation.
Yeah.
Wisdom of Solomon 2:2, continuing. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke and a little spark in the moving of our heart.
Right. Good. And that's what they think, man. And that's what the Most High said was going to happen to them, man. They're gonna be like a dream, right? They're gonna pass. It's gonna be like they're gonna be here today and gone tomorrow. You're not even gonna remember. You're not gonna remember these who were Edomite, man. We're gonna have to take you to a museum and show you what an Edomite looked like. And they're gonna say, "Is this the man? Is this the man that made kingdoms to shake?
Take you out
This
in
him?"
the field.
They're gonna be like dung. It says that Job the 20th chapter.
After 1,000 years,
like-
but
like
before
said,
that,
like
you
a
can
dream.
find them in the field.
Yeah. That's the one I was talking about.
Want it?
Yeah, Job 20 and 8.
Yeah. Got it, brother?
You can find them in the field, in the bottom of the outhouse.
I got it. Yeah.
You got it?
No. Yeah, I got it.
You got something else?
Yeah, precept over there.
Okay, well, let me get it.
Psalms 37 and 20. As a matter of fact, you can get what you want to too. Psalm 37. Oh, you got that?
I got Job.
Hey, can you get the Psalms?
Yeah.
Psalms 37 20.
Right. Shit, man. Good luck. I'll start at 4.
You want to start 4?
Yeah. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Yeah. Even though it seems long, because it seems like he's been ruling forever, it's only a little moment to the Lord, man. That's right. It ain't nothing to him. It says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens,
Right.
and his head reach unto the clouds.
Yeah, right. That's that pride.
Yeah,
That's
pride.
And then he got the technology. He
Right.
does got the technology.
Yeah.
He got dope ass technology.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
As far as weapons,
Yeah.
He got that. But the whole thing about that is the Lord is about to have all the nations come against you.
Yeah.
Right? It's gonna not be a fair fight. When there's Russia and China and all these other nations, it's not gonna be a fair fight because you're the big bully. So they gotta jump you.
You gotta jump.
You gotta just jump them. Or Friday, just jump.
Not
Jump
only
evil.
Just jump.
all the nations, but the Most High is coming against you as well.
Right.
There'll be another round coming against you.
Oh yeah. Or realm against realm. Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah. He
you know,
getting jumped all over the place. Yeah.
And that's why the Most High is building you up to this level, so it can look like it was a fair fight. But it's not going to be a fair fight. You know, and a lot of folks don't add this in. You know, everybody, hey, the allies of this place are going to come against her as well. It ain't just Russia and China and Iran. The allies, Britain, you know what I mean, Spain, all of these nations are going to come against.
Saudi Arabia is
Saudi
already
Arabia.
because they're already trying to link up with the BRICS, even though they're supposed to be an ally.
Yeah, and
right?
well, they just gave Trump a $400 million claim with gold and share, all of that.
Right, but they still they're going to
But that's nothing to them guys, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like it says that mother shall be so confounded.
Right.
That's going into the British.
Ashamed, ashamed. You mean your mother should be ashamed?
Is that what it said? Oh,
yeah, ashamed.
I put it wrong.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah, she should be ashamed. She will be ashamed of you. Yeah, and that's why they're gonna shoot missiles. Yeah, whoever got
This place is the 8th of the 7th.
Well, that's what the Lord said. The Lord said, "Tell them all who have the bow, shoot them and spare no arrow." Man, all of them are gonna shoot all their missiles at you.
They gonna
Spare
dump
none.
their armor.
They're gonna dump out the whole arm. They dump out the whole clip. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're gonna dump out the whole clip on you.
Yeah.
Spare no arrows.
And these Edomites over here are gonna be shooting back too, because they got first response warnings and everything. So
Right.
they gonna, you know, Esau gonna basically annihilate himself.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then
Right.
the rest of them is gonna be, you know,
Which proves like what we're
easy
saying.
pickings.
Like we were saying, the dude he has no business ruling the world besides for prophecy's sake.
Yeah.
It's showing that you're without God.
Basis of
Right.
men.
Because that's the Most High. That's the story of this. This whole story of this matter is the Lord is showing you without the Most High, you're gonna fail. Even us, even though we're the Israelites, we failed because we wasn't dealing with the Most High the right way. That's why there was Judites that you have a righteous king, and then he'll go for a couple of generations, he'll die. In the next generation, they'll go for a while, be good, but then they'll forget that the Most High pulled us out of miraculous situations, and Most High they done forgot. They think it's a far off. Well, that's old school. You know, that's a long time ago. Start doing other things. Hey, that's why we failed, man. And now
Wicked nigga.
here come another wicked king doing all sorts of things, right? Right? And that's why we're in this condition now. But the Lord raised us up that this is our we're never gonna go into captivity ever again.
I'll finish this.
What?
It says, Job 20 and verse 8, it says, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he should be chased away as a vision of the night.
Good. Hey, you gotta get chased out of the world. It says that in the scriptures. He should be chased out of the world, and that's what's ultimately gotta happen to you, because the world won't be able to heal.
Oh, sorry,
the earth,
man.
The earth can't heal with this devil.
I skipped one. I skipped one. Sorry. I skipped it. I missed it. Verse 7, it says, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung.
Right.
Yeah, he's the man, he missed that.
Yeah, I had to get that.
He done landed it now, he gonna let it go.
It says, they which have seen him shall say, where is he?
Right, yeah.
He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he should be chased away as a vision of the night.
Right, yeah, exactly. And sometimes you go to sleep, you're dreaming, and you wake up, and you know you dreamed of something, but you can't remember it. And that's gonna be like Esau, man. You gonna remember this devil.
Hey,
Right.
like that king that made Daniel tell me what I dreamed. What was the king's name? Who couldn't remember his dream? And he had
that's
to tell him his dream and then break it down.
that was the Babylonian king, right?
Yeah,
The Babylonian king, yeah.
The Nebuchadnezzar?
No, Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar, yeah. The son, his grandson.
Okay.
It was his grandson. It wasn't, yeah.
Psalms 37 and verse 20. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Oh no, it was Nebuchadnezzar. It was Nebuchadnezzar. I was thinking of his grandson, because his grandson was ruling when he died, when they got
He the
taken
one
over.
that got the finger written on the wall.
Yeah, the grandson got.
Daniel had to break down.
Yeah, but it was
his dream.
Nebuchadnezzar.
that was Nebuchadnezzar.
What happened? I didn't hear it.
Remember when the king couldn't remember his dream?
Oh, yeah. That was Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking it was
Daniel
his
had to
grandson.
tell him his dream.
Yeah.
And then break it down to him.
Right, come.
Yeah, because he had an order for all the wise men to be put to death.
Yeah.
They couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
Did
And then Daniel
had to
came
come
in.
Yeah.
He said, this has been revealed by Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
By the true power. Yeah. Right.
Psalms 37 and verse 20. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, shall be as the fat of lambs.
Right, yeah, because that's what you do with lambs. What you do, you burn them. You make them for a sacrifice. It burns. It burns away. It consumes away. Right? And that's this place is about to be filled with the Lord's sacrifice.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. They shall consume unto smoke.
Right.
Shall they consume away?
Yeah, you're going to be consumed away, man. Esau is going to be done.
Yeah.
Can you get Genesis 19 and 20?
Okay.
Then what I can
Pull out this. Okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 19.
Look, no.
19 verse 28. It says, I'll start at 27. It says, and Abraham got up early in the morning to the place where he stood before the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah and toward all the land of the plain.
Right, and this place is spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah, man. And this place is about to be destroyed.
Right.
Go ahead.
And behold, and lo, the smoke of the country went up as the smoke of a furnace.
Right here, see? And that's this place. It's gonna go up like the smoke of a furnace, man. This place is about to get wiped off the map. ICBM missiles, hypersonic missiles. They got what's the other ones? They even got hypersonic missiles, regular missiles.
Right.
Right? Not the ICBM missiles. They got the hypersonic ICBM missiles, but they got hypersonic missiles. Just the regular missiles. They're gonna have all sorts of, man. And then Trump trying to build a golden dome. Hey, that shit ain't gonna help you, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna get destroyed, man.
Right. I got one quick right now. Pull up. You see one? Pull up this one. Isaiah chapter 9 verse 18. It says, "For wickedness burneth as the fire. It shall devour the briars and thorns, and shall kindle in the thickets of the forest.
Right? See?
And they shall mount up like the lifting up of smoke."
Oh God, beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, because that's this place. It says you're in a place of thorns and briars.
Yeah.
Right. It says go ahead and go and teach the children of Israel. Right. Because
You're amongst briars and thistles.
Thistles, yeah, and that's what we're here, and we're still teaching. We're going to teach, even though when it says you turn your head hard against us, the Lord will make our head like an adamant stone, man. Right? No, their head is like flint, but ours, He's gonna make it harder than adamant stone. And that's what we're doing, man. Standing up for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, standing stiffly for that name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Right. And it also tells in Jeremiah that he shall make thee as the brazen wall.
Right.
He was speaking about Jeremiah at that time, but now that applies to us.
Right. Right. Yeah, because we're on the defense of Israel, man.
That's right.
We're to raise up a hedge, right? A protection, right?
Yeah.
So with all that, we're going to give all praises. Let's praise the East.
Yeah.
Give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakabadash. Yeah, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. The elder apostles, bishops in Connecticut, the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds preaching the truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever. The hopeful elect, the elect, shalom. To the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom. To your sisters, you Aquafium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence and above all. Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Hallelujah. Shalom. Shalom, Akim.
Shalom.